The Wright State Raiders take on the Northern Kentucky Norse. That's right, the Norse. And that's going to be a 6 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the BB&T Arena. Wright State's -9 on the road here. Total's 144 flat. And if you like Northern Kentucky to win this one outright on their home court here today, they're what are they? They're plus 315 on the money line. And after yesterday, we are coming off our third 4-1 day this week on my Patreon website. We also won 5 out of our last 7 extra daily picks on that page. Northern Kentucky has won 7 out of their last 8 ball games, 75% against the number during that span. The Norse has a win percentage of .700 on their home court this season. They're also giving up just 68 points a night at the BB&T Arena. Trayvon Faulkner is scoring nearly 17 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He's also recorded 33 total steals on the season. Meanwhile, Marquise Warwick is scoring over 15 a game himself, along with 2 rebounds and 81% shooting from the stripe. Now they're taking on a Wright State club who failed to cover the point spread in their last 2 straight. The Raiders also dropped 5 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with Northern Kentucky. And when it comes to the total in this one, 5 out of Wright State's last 8 ball games got over the number, 7-3 to the over in their last 10 with the Norse. Meanwhile, Northern Kentucky saw 3 out of their last 4 get over the line themselves, 70% to the over in their last 10. I'm going to lean toward the underdog, Northern Kentucky Norse, +9 in the over 144. Next contest, St. Louis, Dayton, 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off. The St. Louis Billikens are -5.5 on the road. Totals 136. St. Louis is on a 4-game winning streak, 3-1 against the number during that span. The Billikens are in the top 20 in the nation in defensive rebounding. They also hold their opponents to just 63 points per contest. Javonte Perkins is scoring 17 points a night, along with 3 rebounds and a couple assists. The 6'6 guard is also draining 86% of his free throws, as well as making 44% of his 3 balls. Meanwhile, Jordan Goodwin is scoring over 15 points a game himself, along with double-digit rebounds and a trio of assists a night. The senior guard has also recorded 27 total steals. The Billikens are averaging nearly 80 points a game. They lead the country in offensive rebounding on the road. Now they're taking on a Dayton squad who dropped 3 out of their last 4 ball games, and they average just 69 points per contest on their home court. The Dayton Flyers have also failed to cover the number in 7 out of their last 10 meetings with St. Louis. Now total-wise, Dayton's last 4 straight all got over the total, 70% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, St. Louis saw 2 out of their last 3 road games get over the line themselves, 60% to the over in their last 10 meetings with Dayton. I'm going to lean toward the St. Louis Billikens -5.5 in the over 136. Next contest, Akron versus Ball State, 7 p.m. Eastern start time. The Akron Zips are laying 4 points on the road here. Totals 146 flat. And if you like Ball State and an upset at home, they're +165 on the money line. Now, the Ball State Cardinals have failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 6 contests, just 1-5 straight up during that span. The Cards make just 29% of their three-pointers at home, and they've also lost 7 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Zips. And speaking of Akron, they're right in the middle of a 3-game winning streak themselves, 9-1 straight up in their last 10. The Zips are scoring 79 points a game, and they're also holding their opponents to just 30% shooting from beyond the arc. Lauren Jackson is scoring 21 points a game, along with 2 rebounds and 6 assists. The senior guard is also making nearly 89% of his foul shots. Meanwhile, guard Brian Trimble is also averaging 13 points a game himself. Now, the junior transfer from St. John's is currently shooting 93% from the stripe and also 41% from downtown. Akron has gone 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 outings, 70% against the number in their last 10 meetings with Ball State. And when it comes to the total in this one, Akron's 4-3 to the under as the official road team, 7-3 to the under in their last 10 games with the Cardinals. Meanwhile, Ball State saw their last 4 straight stay under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Akron Zips -4 and the under 146. All right, next matchup, we're going to stay within the MAC conference. I'm talking about Toledo versus Buffalo, 9 o'clock East. The Buffalo Bulls are -2, totals 164, juice to the under. And if you like Toledo to win this one on the road here, they're plus $1.10 on the money line. Toledo's been victorious in 7 out of their last 10 ball games, 9-3 against the number in their last 12 games away from home this season. The Rockets are in the top 20 in the nation in road scoring, and they also hold their opponents to just 30% shooting from three land. Marion Jackson is scoring 17 points a night along with 5 rebounds and 6 assists. The senior guard is also making 93% of his free throws. He's recorded 41 total steals on the season. Meanwhile, Spencer Littleson is also scoring nearly 14 a game himself, along with 3 rebounds and 25 total steals as well. The 6'4 guard is making 89% of his free throws, and he's also draining 48% of his three-pointers as well. Now they're taking on a Buffalo squad who gives up 73 points per contest, and they failed to cover against the likes of Ohio, Bowling Green, and Syracuse within their last 10 ball games. Now total-wise, 3 out of Buffalo's last 4 contests did stay under the number. They also went 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings with Toledo. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Toledo Rockets +2 and the under 164. Now that, guys, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Utah State versus Boise State, 10 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the Extra Mile Arena. Boise State's -1.5, totals 142 flat. And if you like the Aggies of Utah State and a slight upset away from home here, they're +105 for some money line cash. Utah State has dropped 3 out of their last 5 ball games. One of those losses to Boise just a few nights ago. And as good as they are offensively, the Aggies are making just 34% of their three-pointers. Now they're taking on a Boise team who's right in the middle of a 3-game winning streak. But even more impressive, the Broncos are a perfect 10-0 straight up on their home court this season. Derek Alston Jr. is scoring nearly 18 points a game along with 3 boards and a couple assists. The 6'9 guard is also making 84% of his free throws and 43% of his 3 balls. Meanwhile, 6'7 forward Abu Kajab is scoring over a dozen a night himself along with 5 rebounds and a couple assists. Now the senior from Ontario has also recorded 17 blocks and 28 total steals. Boise, they're holding their opponents to just 58 points a night on their home court. And when it comes to the total in this one, 4 out of the Broncos' last 7 outings stayed under the number, throwing out the Utah State game a few nights ago. Meanwhile, the Aggies on the other side of things, they went 6-4 to the under in their last 10 outings themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Boise State Broncos -1.5 and the under 142. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap. I like the Northern Kentucky Norse +9 over 144. St. Louis -5.5 over 136. Akron -4 under 146. Toledo +2 under 164. And before I give you my next and final matchup for the show, one final reminder that after yesterday, we are coming off our 3rd 4-in-1 day this week on my Patreon website. We also won 5 out of our last 7 extra daily picks on that page. Give me the Boise State Broncos -1.5 in the under 142. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into some shout-outs to our top 10 YouTube commenters over the past couple of days or so. Shout out to Kobe the Black Mamba. Shout out to Dat Wong, Zero Bucks, Bryant Dela Cruz, LeBron Games, V. Rudy, JT McGee, Alan Francis Pablo, Isaiah Moore, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Rashad Hawkins. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And what do we say? Have a good one now? Or have a good one now. Have a good day, everybody. I think it's have a good have a good one now. Have a good day now. Have yourself a good one now.